God bless you. Welcome to new live streaming. Today we're gonna be talking about Jesus teach the fear of God. We're gonna be reading the book of Matthew, chapter 10, verse 27 to 28. We're talking about what we need to be fair of, and the Bible started like this verse. There'll be two verses. We're talking about who we need to be fair of. And the Bible says, whatever I tell you in the dark, speak in the light, and what you heard in the air, preach on the housetops. And the verse 28 says, and do not fear those who kill the body, but cannot kill the soul, but rather fear him who is able to destroy both soul and body in the hell. Something like I used to teach in, the disciples, teaching the people, is the whatever like a hit tell in the dark. We should speak in the light. He's talking mostly about the good news of salvation. Jesus is talking about to preach God to everything we hear about God, everything what God has been telling us, in the secret, in the dark, and we need to speak it out. We need to we need to preach in the housetop, and something was very common. And it's we need to we go back to the place where Jesus Christ was living. Usually the house they have like a rooftop. When it was like a really hot in the times it was very hot. Usually the people was going to the top to the roof. Some people they had the time of pray, things like that on the roof, on the housetop they call. Roof is kind of like whatever the houses have, you know. But in this case, we're talking about like a small house, with a few apartments on it. So they call like a housetop. And then he said don't fear those who kill the body, but cannot kill the soul. What he's talking about, Jesus, about don't be afraid about men. Don't be afraid what the man was able to do to the people who was preaching about the gospel. And Jesus was preparing the people, to be able to go against like a political power, to go against like a religious power, and something these people they wanna get into was they wanna start be persecuted, for what they believe, because everybody need to believe what the religious power of the moment was telling them to believe on. And anybody who was believing something different than they were believing, so they were like a persecuted, and some people they were killed. And that's why we see in the history, we see like a lot of people, they were killed, they die because of the gospel. They die because, to be followers of Jesus Christ, to be preaching, to be talking about the good news of salvation. Even in this moment, even in our time, we see a lot of countries, you cannot speak up about Jesus, in an open place. You need to speak out about Jesus, in the secret. Because if somebody heard you speaking, talking about, you are preaching, you're telling other people about the gospel, and then you might be able to, be to go to jail, and after that you be, killed, because anything that was going against the religion of that place, that means you be persecuted. If you're gonna be cash up, and they're gonna be going to jail, and you go in jail, so we're going to be killed. But the Bible said, and Jesus teaching about the people about don't be afraid who those who we kill the body but cannot kill the soul. And the Bible said, the verse 8 said a bull rather fear him who is able to destroy both souls and body in hell. Something is happening right now, the churches, they don't speak up about the hell. They don't speak up about was the result of do something wrong? Was the result I do something God doesn't like it to do? And if we do something bad, we not have consequences about those things we do. And we do something good, and there gonna be consequences at the same time, everything good we do. And but we cannot go to, to one side only. We need to preach about the whole thing. We gotta preach like about like uh that's a place they call the hell. Like we do bad things, we don't do the right things. They're gonna be, you know, there's a really good percent that we can go to that place. But if we follow the the rules that God have been giving to us, and we believe in Him, we try to be everything to have Him feel like a good with us. Then we're gonna be able to go to heaven. But to go to heaven, it's not only about do good things. Go to heaven is believe in Jesus Christ, believe in Him, and follow Him, and do everything that He teach us to do. And what we need to do, like we cannot be afraid about men. We cannot be afraid what the people they can do to us. We need to go forward the time. We need to go to the end. We need to get into one point like a word, we defend what we believe. We have identity. We need to have like a close relationship with God, and that relationship we need to be, we need to try to live by example. And because that's something we cannot say like, oh, I believe in God, I believe in His power, and at the same time be afraid of the man. We need to be afraid, be fair of God, to don't do anything bad, don't do something like we're gonna have a consequences. But at the same time, even if we do something bad and we feel really bad about it, and we ask God for redemption, He's there. He's gonna be there waiting for us to be redeemed, because the blood of Jesus Christ, was sacrificed for every single our sin. Not only for those people that belong to the church. He gave His blood for the whole world, for everybody who believe in His blood, believe in Him, believe in the sacrifice that He did, that they're gonna be able to be safe and to go to heaven. But at the same time, we need to be walking, the right way, and we cannot be fair of men, because the Bible said like whatever we He tell us in the dark, we gotta speak in the light, and whatever where we hear in the ear, we gotta preach the hard stuff. But let's say it like this: whatever God tell us in the secret, we need to do it on public. We need to tell the people that God is real. We believe in a real God. Not like a fabula, not like a something like an imagination. We believe in someone who is real. And that man who's real, he changed our life. But we gotta give like a you know sample to the people of what he have been doing to our life. So this is the message for today, and I have been blessed to you as to share this video. And he does the case, and I'll see you next Thursday 10 p.m. with a new live video. So see you next time, and have